The one time they actually given a decent lesson, and they hammer it over your head. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel Vlog with the episode Car Trouble. And this is a Calvin episode. Even though how it starts off is they literally just jump through the races, you know what I'm trying to say. They basically just go with the word go because they introduced the monster of the week, Voltipede, and he's draining the energy out of cars. Sucking the power out of the batteries is what it's doing. And during that time, Victor and Monty are doing some training, I don't know. All I know is basically Victor's jogging while holding on like a rickshaw while Monty's basically doing the whole how much energy he's producing or something. And Victor gets electrocuted because he was in the crossfire. Okay, this is actually the second time a monster comes to Earth using some power that we have down here as its power source, and somehow Victor and Monty get in the way of that monster doing it. Anyone remember Frankenstein's monster and it got powered up every time Monty told a lie to Victor? Kind of like that. Though what actually happened was because of the fact that Victor got electrocuted, he now has electrical-based powers. He's basically a giant battery. During a woman having car troubles, Calvin sees that she needs help, even though she called a mechanic, and he's actually helping out. And at that moment, the actual mechanic appears and impressed that Calvin's doing a good job with being a mechanic, to the point where he actually wanted to hire him full-time. Which Calvin's happy because he wants to be a mechanic. That's his dream. And though the fact that it's full-time, he wants to drop out of school, while the other Rangers are like, no, don't drop out of school. My question is, why can't he just do the job part-time? There's nothing wrong with it. I'm pretty sure there are some part-time mechanics. But yeah, technically Calvin dropped out of school to work on a bunch of cars. He started to notice that all the cars are having a little bit of the same trouble. Their batteries are fried, would be the technical terms. And yeah, Voltipede shows up. Calvin's fighting, doing his best to hold himself down, while the Rangers jump in to help Calvin. All except Brody, who decides to drive in with the Red Lion Zord. Shoots Voltipede. Voltipede shoots back, taking out the freaking Red Lion, and it crashes. Okay, at least it's an idea. They're using something of a way to take out the monster. Too bad it wasn't good enough. Okay. They're trying to find out what the hell Voltipede's going to do, and also discovering there was a giant power source going on at school. Though the Rangers know about it, they don't actually go try to solve what that giant power source is. Well, for Calvin, he's saying that I will fix the megazord. Okay. This is actually a first. We don't know if Calvin could fix the megazord, really, because the only time the megazords actually broke down was because of Odious, and that was their only thought, was to either get the megazords repaired or make a new one, but semantics. All they said is they need the Red Lion Zord to take out Voltipede, because it seems like it has enough power. During that time in school, Victor has been spotted by a secret agent because of a video that he produced, which got taken down, and the secret agent, 00 Sven, sorry, it's supposed to be a parody of 007, but instead it's pronounced Sven, ugh. And he wants to hire Victor for a secret mission, but he wants to prove that Victor can be a human battery. Which Victor does by grabbing onto the floor buffer without being plugged in, and it starts going around crazy to the point where it's climbing up on the ceiling. He could have let go after it got close to the wall, but yeah. Calvin goes to the Megazord, trying to fix it, but as soon as he drops down, it's basically turned into a scene of Nightmare on Elm Street with all the pipes and steam and everything. And Mick drops down too. Mick's basically doing all the work, and Calvin's like, wait a minute, how do you know all this? Because I went to school and graduate. Okay, I get what they're doing, but here's something. Mick, you're an alien from another planet. Spaceships are not that on the high list of what a high schooler can do. We can mostly get a car fixed, and that's if we're really, really good at mechanics. You have to do like college grade level for a spaceship. But I get what they were trying to do. Mick and Calvin somehow managed to fix the Megazord as Voltabee's going for another round. Well, basically he drains all the power from the power generator area, power plant, whatever. All we know is all the power in the city is gone, and he is supercharged. The Rangers come in to fight, and as soon as Birdie's ready to do the fusion star, Voltabee shoots it out, but they're still fighting, forgetting about that star. And then the moment Calvin jumps in to help out the Rangers, he decides, hey, can I use the Red Lion Zord Star? Sure. He puts on the Battle Eyes armor, and it's actually kind of sad to state that Calvin in the armor actually does a better job beating Voltapede. I mean, yeah, if it goes in order of who did it better, Calvin did great, was number one in doing the most damage he did. Levi is second, and Birdie, who's been wearing the armor constantly, does a poor job. And yeah, I know Sentai footage, but I'm just stating it honest. And with that, they beat Voltapede. Cue giant monster fight, Megazord. Voltapede does his special trick by wrapping his head around the Megazord, and they finally brought the Red Lion Zord to do its actual purpose. Just to show up, shoot Voltapede, so the Rangers can do the finishing blow. That is it. They hyped up the Red Lion Zord like it's the biggest thing that we need. We need the Red Lion Megazord to beat down Voltapede, but all it's just doing is just showing up, fire like a couple of shots, and then fly away. Kind of like a sad disappointment. And yeah, the Rangers were all happy they beat Voltapede, but they forgot the fusion star, and General Tynamon acquired it. Where the hell have you been? After the whole situation, the Rangers are about to do some relaxing. Joe shows up to basically tell Calvin he needs help with him with the mechanic job. And Calvin says, I'm sorry, but I'm going to stay in school for a little bit. I know it's my dream to be a mechanic, but I may want to build other things, like boats, ships, airplanes, which, okay, that's a dream, but that's more on the level of college. So you may have to, still, he can't do a part-time job? They could have gave him that choice? I'm just stating an obvious. I'm pretty sure, I'm sticking what I said. Maybe they could do part-time mechanic jobs. And we also got what the secret agent wanted Victor to do. Since the power plant's down, they want him to basically reboot the power system. Which he does. Technically, he saved the town, but he used up all of his electrical power. And Sven said, you're useless now, bye. That was basically it. Victor was all hyped up going on secret missions, but since he can't produce electricity, he's useless. You feel kind of sick. This is like one of those episodes you feel sorry for Victor, because he finally has something that can help him, but the moment he can't do any use, they just throw him out. But I will admit also with the lessons, stay in school so you can get the education you need in case of something in the future. I get what they were trying to do, but like I said, when is sometime in the future Calvin's going to learn how to rebuild a Megazord? Like I said, the lesson's there, it's just the context of the lesson. Let's just move on to the yokai fact. The monster of the week, Voltipede, is based off the Umokade. Could I just pronounce it from its Japanese term, the giant centipede, so that way it's not going to be having me having a massive translation fit. The giant centipede is what it is, a giant centipede. It can usually be seen in mountains and caves, mostly dark and humid places, that are big enough to hold it. And they can get as big enough that they can wrap around a mountain. Their armor-like plating is strong enough that weapons cannot pierce it, but it has a major weakness. All a human has to do is lick their weapons. Human saliva is their poison. Kind of awkward when they're actually a giant poisonous creature that even dragons have a hard time fighting with. In popular culture, the Pokemon Scolipede would be an example of one. Funny enough that it's also a poison type. And anyone who's a fan of One Punch Man remembers Elder Centipede, that's an example of one. Well, that's all I can really say. Till then, this is Rasa signing out.
Thank you for watching the channel. If you want to watch more, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon. If you want to see other videos, click on the left or right annotations to see more. Till then,